right, guys. I don't know how long this is gonna last because my fingers are numb. Slept wrong on my wrist. Hey. What's up? Hey, Miss Gloria. So I slept wrong on my wrist last night. So these two fingers are kind of numb. My wrist is sore. But it must have been a really good sleep. So what you been up to, Miss Gloria? I've been missing from the YouTube streets. I was watching my grandkids last week, and they tire you out. So use type purple to share your link, Miss Glow. I finished both of those deer hats, and I've already mailed them out. I didn't do a video with the other one because I wanted to get them out before, the holidays got too close and the lines at the post office got too long. But let me see if I took a picture of them. The fornicating deer hats. Let me see if I can find it for you. All right, so that's both of the hats. This one was the first one I did, and then that's the second hat, and it's like the opposite color. So they turned out really well. So I was happy with that. You want me shipping packages too? See, my little brother, his birthday is December 17th. He's down in North Carolina. Let me see if I can lower the sound on. World of Warcraft. There we go. Adjust this camera. I think that's better. So besides the fedora hat, what else you been working on? So I did with the leftover yarn, I did these two hats. I just gotta sew in the ends. And then working on this one where I had enough to do like the crown of the hat, and then I'm using some gray that's left over from my sweater to do the rest of this hat. So use some of my odds and ends. And then I frogged over the knee socks. Wow. And I frogged this is hand spun with sparkle in it. And this is some Icelandic wool. But I was going to make a pair of fingerless gloves with them, but I frogged it because I couldn't remember what pattern I was using. Because it's been so long since I worked on it. It was a pre-COVID project, and I didn't have a pattern written down. I looked at my little book that I keep notes in and everything, and I couldn't find where I had started those gloves. So I'm pretty sure I was at a yarn for breakfast meetup when I started those fingerless gloves. So I'll just find a new pattern and then start it over again. Start it over with something different. Hey, Miss Sheila. Thank you. How are you doing today? It is it's a Hobby Lobby one. No, not Hobby Lobby. This was AC Moore. And I still have a couple of skeins of it. It's my precious AC Moore stash. See if I can find it. Let's see. No, that's putting it. Oh. These I thought I had 2 or 3 more skeins of. Trying to figure out where I put it at. Could have swore I had like 2 or 3 more skeins of that. Never know. Maybe I used it. But it was some of that Studio by Nicole flat yarn. Like I don't have any more of it. Oh, I thought I did. Or it might be in one of my other yarn areas. It's not down there, so. chances are that was the last ball of it. But it was the Studio by Nicole, Flex Aaron, and yeah, looks like that might have been the last skein of it. I hope not, because it's a nice yarn. So I was, yeah, working on an ear warmer. Is it crochet or knit, Miss Sheila? I don't remember what that colorway is, but this is my bag of labels. So it should be near the top. And I'll tell you what it is. It's called Navy Spec. And it was Studio by Nicole. Hey, Butter Roll Boutique. Yeah, it turned out real nice on those hats. And yeah. So I finished both the hats. So that's the gray and blue, and then that's the blue and gray. So the hats are done and they've been shipped off. So that's another reason why I wasn't on that much. I wanted to hurry up and get the other hat finished so I could get it shipped out before Christmas. Hi, Vanessa. And then I just did those easy crochet hats just to use the last of the yarn. Like this one is the flat gray. This is wool and acrylic blend. It's 75% acrylic, 25% wool. That's a Plymouth Encore yarn. And I know I do still have, I think I got one skein of that left. It's gonna bug me. I'm looking through my stash because it's like in my mind, I know I got like maybe 2 or 3, but maybe not. I might not have that much of it left. I might have used it for something else. I make so much stuff that sometimes you lose track. But this morning I'm just spinning because I slept wrong on my wrist, so these fingers are numb. So I'm just spinning to try and get the blood flowing back in these hands. And hopefully I'll probably be on pins and needles while my feeling is coming back. Hi, Linda. How are you today? I just want to finish up this fiber on this bobbin, and then it'll be full and ready to be plied after a day or 2. It's not a colorway. It's just something me and my husband was doing. It was some gray and some forest green. I do have some of it that I haven't spun. It's somewhere hidden somewhere. Like I'm looking for everything today. And then I gotta start on this crochet camper, RV camper for my sister. Hey, how you doing? You doing sewing today? Okay, girl. Everybody loves that bag you made me. Big benches, small benches, garden benches, wood or wire or metal. Yeah, but it doesn't have a colorway. It's just you just when we die, we're just experimenting and having fun and playing around with colors. Um, they're like we don't have like colorway names and stuff. I just wanted to see what that gray and that dark forest green will look like. And like some of it was like over dyed with the green, like some of the gray was over dyed with the green, so you would get a different a darker shade of green. So like if you look at the bobbin, so like if you look at the bobbin, you can see what I'm talking about. How the different gray, like, and then as it the dye exhausted, it went to like a lighter um green gray color. It kind of makes me think about like when you're walking on the beach in North Carolina anyway, and you got some seaweed on the beach. That's what it made me think of. Like how, like if it's like in the early morning or late afternoon, how dark the sand looks, and then you have like this seaweed that's washed ashore. That's at least that's what it made me think of. I mean, I don't know what other people would think. It might make them think of a pond, maybe like in the woods, a pond that got like algae growing on top of it or something. But that's what those colors make me think of. And so this is Romney fiber, which to some people is is not next to skin soft, but to me it doesn't bother me. I tell people all the time that even if you have a yarn that doesn't feel next to skin soft, you can use that yarn in garments that aren't going to be touching your skin. Like you could use it as the main part of a hat, and then use a softer yarn for your hat's brim. You could use it, excuse me, for fingerless gloves or socks or something. It's not, unless you have super sensitive feet, you're not really gonna notice it that much. And Romney tends to soften after a few washes. And you can always add conditioner to the water to help soften that fiber and break that fiber down a little bit. So So there's ways to get around having a fiber that is a little bit prickly, or you don't consider it like a merino or a BFL next to skin softness, a nice Shetland. So there's other things you can do with that fiber. I mean, you can make a wall hanging with it. Um, you can make doll clothes with it. Dolls don't care. So, you have options when you have a pretty yarn that just isn't as soft as you would like it to be. You have other things that you can use. You can make it for if you got a pet, like a small dog or cat that tends to get chilly. You can make a little dog jacket with it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's like lots of things you can make with yarn that doesn't have beautiful things. You can even use it for like a sampler, to make like a sampler, a pattern you're trying to work out or figure out, and then you can use it. You can hang it up or get it put in a shadow box when you get done. Because if it's really pretty, you know. But Romney doesn't bother me. I like Romney. I love spinning it. I love dyeing it. So it doesn't bother me any. And it also depends on how it's spun. Like I'm spinning this worsted So it is the fibers are more compressed and flatter. They don't have like this big halo like you would see in a woolen spun fiber. So it wouldn't be as prickly as a woolen spun fiber would be. Other things you can do, you could also blend. If I wanted to, I could blend this with another fiber that's softer, like alpaca or merino wool. So I will get that nice structure from the Romney, but then I will get that softness from the merino or the alpaca. So yeah. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Okay, Kelly, I sent you an email. What are they doing? Well, I might not be up here as long as I thought I was gonna be. But I finished both the hats. So you can see I finished both the hats. I decided on just to do the opposite colors for the second hat. So they're done the fornicating deer hat. And looks like I'm getting ready to be going to a dungeon in a minute. So I'm getting much spinning in as I can before they get started and summon me in. Post your links, type in the word purple. You guys can post your links. And the sound you hear is dragons in the background flying around on World of Warcraft. So I have to go. If we do this dungeon, then I'll be back later on. Yeah. So last week I had the grandkids all week. So they are very boisterous, and Chunk she's in that stage where she grabs everything. So I won't about to be dealing with that online. So I couldn't do any videos and stuff with all three of them running around like crazy. And I work full time. So some days you get off from work and you just mentally, you're done. You're over it. You just want to go to sleep or just chill. And so that's why I wanted to finish up that other hat too. So, and I don't like tinking back when I'm knitting. So it's better to just not do anything that was going to distract me and concentrate on my pattern. Hey, Dreeny, I'm not gonna be on long. As soon as they find the other 2 people for this dungeon, I got to get off and go heal. But then I'll be back later on. Now that I finished those hats, and I gotta start on this camper for my sister so I can get it done. I gotta go to my friend Ashley's house because I still forgot to pick up I left the hitch in their car doing Maryland sheep and wool, and so I gotta go to her house and pick it up. She put it aside for me. I saw last night before I went to bed that Sanita had started a live. That was too late for me. I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm almost at the end of this. And there we go. There's
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. I had to fix my hair for a second because it was looking crazy.
Look, girl, I don't miss those slapping into braid days. I did that for most of my life.
Okay.
Because that's the easiest way to hide how long your hair is when you're in the military.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Because funny. When I went in, they wouldn't even let the African girls. We couldn't even wear braids or dreadlocks. Mm-hmm. We could only have a French braid. And if your hair was too long, then you would have to cut it. And so what I used to do is when I did my French braid, I would make like a little hollow area up under the braid.
Yes.
And I would shove the braid all the way up under there and pin it. So they couldn't tell how long my hair was. So I wouldn't have to cut my hair.
Good for you.
And then they passed, somebody sued them, I guess, for discrimination. I'm not sure. But anyway, right before I transferred out of Lakehurst, New Jersey, that's when they made it so that you could have your ethnic hairstyles.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's a big issue. I'll just put it that way. It's been a big issue.
Yeah.
Even though it shouldn't have been.
Every morning I used to get up, I would spray my hair with water to wet it.
Yep.
And then I would part it, comb it, brush it, and then snap it into 2 braids.
Okay. Sounds good. Hey, everybody. I didn't get a chance to type in the chat. My fingers aren't moving this morning. So
don't feel bad. Just look at mine. That's because I slept wrong on my wrist.
So
this one, and this one are numb.
That's not good.
So I was like, maybe if I spin, that'll help it,
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Get back to rights faster.
Oh, I love that wheel. I know. I'm very sad about the other wheel because the guy got greedy. And I just said, aw. But I mean, I'm going to just have to say.
Well, there'll be other opportunities.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Like for mine, I saved up for a year.
Mm-hmm.
When I bought mine.
Okay.
I just used my drop spindles until I got it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Something similar.
Yeah. So every year, every month, I put away X amount of dollars.
Okay.
My wheel, and I'm doing it now. I'm saving up to get a newer version of this, so I can get the one where it has an auto winder on it, so I don't have to stop to change the pegs.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Auto winder. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let
me see if I can find that yarn, that fiber, because I need it now.
Yeah. Now, before I buy one, I will require your consultation services.
That's no problem.
No, for real, because but like I said, I'm not ready yet, but one day.
It is. Okay.
I can't believe Sanita and
I can't believe they're awake.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, girl.
I went to bed last night at like 12, and Sanita's thing had just popped up in my email, and that's the other thing. Lately, YouTube, I haven't been getting notifications, so I got to start going back through to see if they've taken me off people's thing. Because Yeah. So by the time Sunita's notification even popped up, she had already been on for like 20 or 30 minutes when it
Right.
came through my email. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to bed now.
No, I saw hers come up, but I was like half asleep. I think it was like 9 o'clock. I was starting to bob and weave last night.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So here's some more of it.
Oh.
It's Romney fiber. Like I said, if you're gonna start learning how to spin,
Mm-hmm.
in Falkland and
Okay.
Romney,
Okay.
they're it has a larger fiber. The hair has a larger size to it. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. It takes twists well, but it doesn't take twists too readily, like something with a higher crimp, like merino.
Merino. Okay.
And so I always tell people, if you're gonna start spinning, buy your first fiber. Let it be either Romney or Falkland. Those to me are two of the easiest ones to learn how to spin on.
Okay.
And because it has a long staple.
Yep.
It's easy to feel the actual fibers. Like when you take and pull it,
Yep.
you can see how long your staple is. And this one has like a staple length of about 6 to 7 inches. That's the
Okay.
staple length.
Wow.
So, and it's a coarser fiber, so you feel it. Your
You
fingers will
definitely feel it. Yeah.
get
Okay.
used to the feel of the fiber going through your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps you develop your muscle memory because you actually feel that fiber. Whereas with something that's really soft, like merino,
Mm-hmm.
it has a high crimp, so it takes twists faster. You might get frustrated because it's kinking up, it's getting too much twist.
Right.
You get these big, thick and thin areas
Yep.
because the twist goes into this section. So you're trying to figure out a way to do it without having to stop and start, stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. So, but this was I think this was called, it's either spruce. The dye is either called spruce or evergreen.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just playing around
Yep.
with the grays. We had like a charcoal gray.
Yeah, that's pretty.
We had a steel gray,
Oh wow.
and then we just had like a mist, like a light gray. And so we were playing around, like we had mason jars, and we had the different dyes in the mason
Mm-hmm.
jars. And then we would just dip a section in each mason jar,
Oh
and then
my.
we would just wait for the dyes to just
Mm-hmm.
naturally aggregate up through the fiber until they
That's
started
cool.
touching. And this is what we ended up with. And like you can see how dark that is. And then you can see when we did the second, like this was probably a second or third dipping. You can see
Mm-hmm.
how it starts to get lighter and lighter and lighter
Yeah.
until the color is exhausted. Same with the dyes.
Mm-hmm.
We were just having fun. Just hey,
That's
let's see what
cool.
happens when we do this. Let's see what happens when we do that. Did we take notes? No, because we were just having fun. Should we do it again? Yeah,
Yep.
because all we need is mason jars
Mm-hmm.
and the dye,
I like
and we
that.
can, and we can replicate it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be exactly the same. Like
It'll be close.
some
Yeah.
people want it to be. It has to be exactly the same. And then you go
Um.
buy it from a
mm,
company that uses these giant vats and then you
Yeah,
not know that.
that's right.
Yeah, then that's what's the purpose of hand dyeing it if you're trying to make it look like something that came out of a factory.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
want mine to look like it was hand spun and hand. Well, I know I spin really well, but still,
Mm.
you'll know that this is not a factory made yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do spin very evenly, it's gonna still have aspects of it that you will say, well, okay, this isn't a machine made
Mm-hmm.
fiber, a fiber or dye jaw.
Mm.
So
Nice.
yeah, but I'm like, I just can't believe I had to be sleeping really good because
Yeah.
I think I had when I woke up, my hand was like this on my chest and chin like that.
And underneath, yeah, underneath
Yeah,
your body.
yeah. So I was
That's
sleeping
bad.
really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so that is 1 4 ounce bobbin of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I ply it, I will chain ply or Navajo ply it so that
Yeah, that's
the
pretty.
colors will stay together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the benefits of chain plying is your colors tend to stay together, even if you have a yarn that's
Okay.
you know,
All right.
different colors. That's one of the benefits.
Mhm.
So
Nice. Taking notes.
But yeah, I tell people are like, oh, I'm gonna get me some alpaca. Alpaca is a very slippery fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Alpaca, bamboo, silk.
Yeah, silk.
Those fibers are very slippery. Um, if you're gonna be spinning silk, you need to take care of your hands before you spin the silk. So you need to plan for the silk spinning.
Mm-hmm.
So if same thing with bamboo, you need to plan for it. So if I was gonna be spinning silk, I wouldn't be doing any gardening for about a week.
Okay.
I would do sugar scrubs on my hands
All right.
and lotion them to make sure I don't have like snags. I will probably
Mm-hmm.
do a couple of like manicures, push my cuticles back, make sure they're nice and soft, oil them every night before I even start to spin silk because
Yeah.
silk is such a flyaway and fine fiber that it catches on everything. So if your hands or if you've been out in the garden, you got all these little micro cuts and you don't
Yep.
even see them or feel them, but they're there in your skin, and it
Yeah.
will snag the silk, and it will make it. Trust me, it will make it a very not enjoyable experience.
Wow.
So that's for me. I don't like struggling with fiber.
Right.
So I'm going to prepare. If I must be spinning silk, I got to prepare for it. If I'll
Mm-hmm.
be spinning bamboo, I'm going to prepare for it because I don't want to sit there. I want it to be an enjoyable experience every time I spin. So
Cool.
sometimes you have to, well, you can spin other stuff while you're waiting to get your hands conditioned. But
Mm-hmm.
I believe in conditioning your hands before you start spinning silk.
All right now. We hear that. I'll hear that. I hear that. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. So everybody went home. I heard you say that earlier. all
Yes,
the
they're all gone home. It's
all
just
the
Luna.
munchkins.
It's
Yeah.
it's just the resident munchkin,
Okay.
and she's hanging out with grandpa
Okay.
and her dad. So
All
it's
right.
easier with her because she's verbal. Whereas
Yes.
my grandson,
You don't know what's happening.
he he he's a ninja.
Right. He like disappears.
He
Eh,
run in, grab something, and run out, and then you turn around, you got to chase because you don't know what he has.
Yeah. Oh man. I
Yeah,
know they're
like I
hard
said,
fast, aren't they? Those
that
little
boy
kids.
is a ninja. And Chunk Chunk, she's just at that grabby baby stage where
Right.
everything has to be picked up and try to be put in her mouth.
Oh my
So
word.
I'm not about that life.
That is
So
funny.
I gotta pay attention when I got them. I gotta pay attention to what they doing
No,
because
it's hard. And you do. Yeah, you do.
they see stuff that it's like, why are you even trying to pick up? It's like,
Yeah.
what is that? You can't even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Oh, hey Zach. Zach popped in.
Hey Zach, how are you?
I'm gonna do
I
a
thought Zach
romper
was on
room.
last night too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he was late. I couldn't do it. I was so tired.
girl, when I saw that, I was like, not after the day I had
It
at
was a
work
bad
and
day
stuff.
too. Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, and it's been a long for me, it's been a long week. So I just went, oh my word. This is yeah. And then
Mhm.
like it seems like Friday I collapse anyway. I've
Yeah,
always been that way.
I
Yep.
was I was in here. I was in here. I finished the hats and I was working on the last of the yarn. I was making just some regular, little crochet beanies with them,
Yeah.
and I fell asleep in the chair while I was crocheting. I was so tired.
I've done that.
So, but this is the last of that yarn
Oh,
from
I
those
love that
hats,
yarn. Yes, yes.
and
I
it's
had a
80
couple
more.
skeins of that.
I
Yeah.
think I can't find it over there, and that's where it should be. So I'm hoping that wasn't the last skein.
Mm,
But I'm gonna look through my yarn basket where I gotta make these monkeys.
yeah.
Um, and see if maybe I put it down in there. Because if I did, I'm like, phew, thank you. Because I this flat yarn is just so nice.
Yeah. I
And it
like
makes me so I'm like, why, Michaels? Why? If anything, you should have shut down some of your local Michael stores and kept the AC more open.
yeah, AC Moore was awesome.
It's yes. And so then this was the last of that skein of the blue.
Hmm.
And then this is some other gray because I used all the gray in this
Yeah.
head. But I can get more of that flat gray because that's Encore, Plymouth Encore. And I can just go to my local
Okay.
yarn store and get more of that. It's a 75% acrylic, 25% wool. This is what's left out of the skein that I was making my sweater with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my charcoal, the grays, the sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's left for that. And then I frogged my husband's Santa hat because
Oh,
the the brim wasn't as stretchy. He got a big head, so it wasn't stretchy enough. So I'm gonna redo his Santa hat. So I still
Okay.
got all the yarn for it.
Mm-hmm.
This was a cream. This was some AC. This was some AC more too.
Mm.
Um, it was like a cream, and I used it for making Santa hats. It was just so pretty, and it's like you go in the store, and I just cannot find this
Mm-mm.
shade of. It was just a unique. I think it was actually called cream.
Your screen. Mm.
Yeah, and I can't find anything that's similar to it. I got fiber that's similar to that color, but I don't want to make him a wool hat because I have to pay attention to what he's doing because he'll just throw his socks and everything in a regular wash, and it's like, oh, why my
Mm.
socks so tight? Because it's wool. You just
You put it on hot water.
and you
You
trying to
can't put it,
felt them socks.
unless you want to give them to me, you know. Because I have like a size 6.5.
Hmm.
So that was good for me.
And so I'm like, well, okay, I
Mm.
need to pick out one of my whips to work on besides that
Hmm.
baby blanket. So
Yeah.
I was gonna work on the fingerless gloves that I had been working on, but then I
Mm.
like I didn't have a pattern. The pattern wasn't in the
Yeah.
bag, so I know it was a broken C stitch, but I didn't know where I was in the pattern.
Mm.
So I was
Hmm.
like, I ain't trying to figure this out. I'll just
No,
and start over again.
that's funny. No,
So
it's true. I mean, yeah, it's just a lot. So you have a lot going. I know I wanted to make a couple of Christmas presents, but I don't think it's going to happen. I might have a couple of hats, and that's about it. Because
I
I'm moving
tell
slowly right now.
I
Yeah.
tell mine all the time. If you want something, they get stuff all throughout the year. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time. Christmas
Yep.
ain't Christmas like it used to be.
Right.
When my kids, they come in, they see stuff they want, they get it, they take it, it's gone. Oh
Hmm.
well, I look at it like that, and then
Yeah.
I just give them gift cards because they get stuff. And same thing with the new grandkids, they get stuff on every day of the week, just about.
Yeah.
So I just don't see me or why the need to spend
Mm.
all that money in 1 or 2 months. They get stuff all year long.
Hmm.
Get them like one nice thing for Christmas.
Right.
Like save up and get them one nice thing, something they wanted, but and then you don't give it to them until Christmas.
Right.
And everything else they get all throughout the year. It's like
Mm.
I just tell mine, money don't grow on trees.
No, it does not.
Y'all, especially here, they were school uniforms. So you got new uniforms,
Mm.
you got clothes from when you weren't in school.
Right.
Uh, all my pretty much like art stuff. So you got new art supplies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Stuff that I know you're gonna use. Stuff I know that's not gonna go to waste.
Hmm.
And then I don't sit there being strapped with all these debts just to make you have to keep up with the Joneses is what I call
Right.
it.
Right. Yep.
I said, yeah. Mm,
Yep.
I used to see kids going back to school, brand new Air Jordans. I'm like,
Ooh.
you are a little boy,
Yes.
eight, 8 or 9 years old. You see them every day walking on the school. You see how fast they growing. So you know them shoes only gonna last that little boy
Mm.
maybe a month or two. So your mama just spent $300 on a
Mhm.
pair of shoes that you only gonna wear for a month or two.
That's right. Why do
I
you think
just,
what's his name is a billionaire?
huh?
Why do you think what's his name is a billionaire?
Oh, Michael Jordan. Oh,
Pretty
uh-huh.
close. Yeah, if he's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
So I'm like, I think
Crazy.
it was near my son's last year of school.
Yeah.
We always go to the shoe store. It was across the street from like Shoe City or somewhere, and
Hmm.
they had like the Adidas, the Reeboks.
Yeah.
They had the Skechers, the stuff that I like wearing, the Skechers and the New Balances. New
Yeah.
Balances are so comfortable for me, and my shoes I wear them for years.
Yeah.
And then once they start breaking down, they become my gardening shoes,
Right. Right.
and then I'll go get a new pair. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense.
So, but we were over at that shoe store that had like the Reeboks and
Hmm.
Skechers and stuff like that. The not so as popular shoe
Right.
brands,
Right.
and so it was buy one get one half price.
Okay.
So and then the regular one was only like $40 or $50.
Okay.
So I was like, that's a good deal because My son can get a pair of shoes. I can get a pair of shoes. My
Yeah.
husband get a pair of shoes. My daughter get a pair of shoes.
Yep.
And instead of us spending $300 on one pair of shoes, we
Mm-hmm.
spent $200 and four people got new shoes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
But then you look across the street and the
Mm-hmm.
other shoe store that had all the high end shoes, the Air Jordans, all this stuff.
Yeah.
The line, I tell you, the line was all the way down the block.
Yes. It's
They
crazy, isn't it?
had a tractor trailer truck full of shoes behind the store, and people were running back and forth into the shoes thing looking for the right size shoes for these people.
Oh,
I'm like, that people made enough money that day, probably for the whole for the whole year, just
that's
about.
what they do. Isn't that crazy?
And
Just
yeah,
one day.
one day of shoe
One day.
sale. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always on the no tax day too. That when they
Oh,
open, they do the sale. Yeah,
that's smart, actually.
yeah. And so they had all those people lined up out there, people standing
Mm-hmm.
out there before the store opened to
Yeah.
buy $300 pair of shoes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was talking to a lady. I was out and about Black Friday, but I wasn't shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Oh," she had all these bags. She had about 8 bags in her hand walking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What the heck did you buy?" If you don't mind me asking. And she said, "Oh, I got this and that and this and that and this and that." And she went to the outlets, in
Mm-hmm.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and they have a Nike store down there
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
been there for about 20 years or something. But anyway, the Nike store, she said she couldn't get in there. Like she had planned on going there.
Mm-hmm.
And she said the line was so long that she
Yeah.
couldn't even get in. And I said, "Oh man." But that was probably the place to go because they probably maybe marked down I don't know if they marked down the shoes, but I haven't really even been in there. So I don't even know what's in there.
And then there's so many people that
Mhm.
they have to have security at the door
Yes.
to limit how many people are in the store at any one time.
Yep.
And then they got the fire marshal checking to make sure they're
Hmm.
not having too many people in there, because if a fight broke out
Yes.
or something happened,
Yep.
if you were over capacity, it's just like some of those clubs from years
Yep.
ago, they were over capacity and they had that fire that happened, and then all those
Yes.
people died from smoke inhalation and trampling deaths and stuff because
Right.
it was
Right.
overcrowded.
Yeah.
I think what was it, only supposed to be like 80 or 90 people in there, and
Yeah.
there was like almost 300 and some people in there that
Yeah. A
night for
bunch.
that
I
band.
remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. Like, I think it was Connecticut. It was Connecticut, somewhere up north.
Somewhere up. Yeah. North.
Yeah, but for me, it's up north.
Me too. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, I noticed the clouds were coming from north to south. Yesterday, I said, "Oh, we got a cold front coming in." I said, "The people
Mhm.
just say weather."
Was it cool? I know that. Yeah. It's like keep that
But
to
it
yourself.
has been nice and warm and mild. Well, we've had a mild so far, and I hope it stays that way.
Me too. Yeah.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was in the 40s, but it was pretty warm. Like I actually had to take my coat off. I was a little bit warm because the sun was out. Like there were no clouds, nothing. So it was feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what she told me about Black Friday, and I just went, "Oh wow." But she went there at 6 a.m. when they opened. Yeah. And I saw her, it was about 11 or 12, and she's like, "Yeah, I've been out since 6 this morning or 5:30. And I
I
did
can
this and I
proudly
did
say I have never, ever,
Mm-mm.
ever got up early for a Black No Day.
Yes.
Black
Yes.
Friday, whatever.
Yes.
I'm
So
not
we
getting
yeah,
on
I
the
was
road with
just
them crazy people. I'm not going in the stores with them crazy people. No.
yes. And the
Mm-mm.
driving, I'm sure they were driving like maniacs to get there.
Yes, trying to get from store to store. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You kept hearing the fire department down the street. You kept hearing the fire department taking off. I'm like, ain't nothing going on in my neighborhood,
No.
but they're heading down towards, military and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You kept hearing the ambulances and the fire department all day long.
Yeah, that's
People
crazy.
getting in wrecks for not paying attention.
Yes. So I'm just hanging. You know what I mean? I was just hanging. I needed to get. You know how you run out of milk and bread. That's what
Mhm.
I ran out of milk and bread. And so I had to go out and get it. And I said, okay, well, I mean, actually, by the time I went out, it wasn't that bad. But but I could tell like people were shopping, but not really. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Yeah, like I don't know how they did. I didn't see the numbers, but I
Zach,
wonder. Yeah.
Zach said his favorite yarn is Craft Smart. But
Yeah,
the Craft Smart they have now is a lot better quality than the Craft Smart of 3 years ago.
that's true.
It is
That
a
is
lot
true.
better quality because usually the only one that was soft was the white. Everything
Yes.
else was
Yep.
rough.
That's right.
And it was like, how come the white is so soft? Everything else feels like tobacco twine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Craft Smart is great. I mean, and the
Yeah,
colors are nice too. Yeah.
yeah. But you see, it's a
Mhm.
thing. I think the Craft Smart they have now is actually the AC Moore. I think they relabeled it.
Oh,
I
it
think it's
could
the
be.
Studio by Nicole, and I think that's why it's all so soft. But that's what it reminds me of now
Hmm.
when you look at the colorways and you touch it. Also, you need to go ahead if you want Christmas yarn for anything. This is the first time in my local area, and since before the AC Moore closed, that I've been able to find actual Christmas yarns.
Oh yeah, I did see
Yeah.
some
So I
yesterday.
bought two of those big ones from Hobby Lobby
Yeah, I
to
saw
have
that. Yep.
for Christmas yarn projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before
Yeah.
that, I had
Yep.
it ordered from Mary Maxim online.
Okay.
And Mary Maxim has nice. I like their yarns too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't ordered the yarns. I keep ordering their patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And I have about 30 patterns. They were having like a 99-cent day sale one day. And
Mm-hmm.
so I got a bunch. And I
They
said
have nice crochet sweater pattern. Real
they
nice
really
crochet
do.
sweater
They're
pattern.
gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice one.
Loving them for that. That's my new favorite for patterns.
All right, so my group look like they're getting ready to go. So
Okay.
Kelly's gonna
Right
start
now.
one. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
somebody needs to start one, and I can go over to your channel and hang out while I'm gaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm 7 bars from level 80 on this character. So yeah. So I'm trying to get
okay.
as
So
much
you're trying
stuff
to get
done
in there.
today as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I went out yesterday and I did a Hobby Lobby thing. A
Ah.
little shopping thing. No, but with on Ursula's channel. Oh, and
Oh,
Granny's channel.
okay.
Because I was like
So
bored.
bring in somebody. If not, I'll be back
Yeah.
after. If I don't see nobody on after I finish this dungeon run, I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I'll be looking for you.
I could share the screen, but I know a lot of y'all ain't gamers like I am.
No, I'm no good. Yeah. You don't want me. It'll be like dead.
I'm gonna sit this out the way.
Yeah, I'm terrible. And my husband's like, you should play it. I'm like, no.
What
You
does
don't
he
want
play?
me.
Dungeons and Dragons?
No, he does. Oh wait, hang on a second. Let me ask.
Moses seems like a Dungeons and Dragons guy to me.
No, I don't think he ever liked that game. He has the stuff though, but I don't think he's a fan. He has the TV on so loud. Hold on a second.
My son-in-law plays Dungeons and Dragons. You have it, but you haven't made anything with it, is that?
Okay.
What's that?
What games do you play?
World of Warcraft?
As far as PlayStation?
Do you play World of Warcraft?
No.
No, he doesn't do
I don't know.
Oh, he's a console gamer.
console person.
Console guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll pray for you.
I'm not good with that kind of keyboard that way. Sorry.
Yeah, he has trouble with the keyboard, and so do I.
Look, before MMORPGs came out,
Mm-hmm.
we actually played text-based RPG games.
Text based?
Oh.
Yes, and that's why I'm able to type over 99 words a minute.
Oh, I see.
Because we had to type all our commands out. We would do macros and shortcuts, but everything was typing. Like all the fighting, you were typing. It was crazy.
Die.
Like, no, it's like you have spells you had to do. Like if I was a warrior, I would have to type berserk.
No.
Then you would have to. Then I would have to learn how to do macros. Cause I can shorten it to BR.
Macros.
Yes.
Jeez.
Because I can shorten it from the word berserk to the
Sorry, I'm having a
like
flashback.
BR1, BR2, and you had these different commands that the macros. Even with World of Warcraft, you can do macros. Like I have macros that I can click the button and it'll tell everybody, "Good morning, how are you?" I don't have to type it out.
Girl,
wow.
that's a lot.
Well, then I have macros that actually do things for me. Like if I'm healing, I have a macro that I can put the person's name in there.
Okay.
And then I click that macro, and it'll automatically put the buff around them, and it's like a shield, like an earth shield. It'll put the earth shield on them, and then it'll put the riptide on them, which increases their healing. So
Sorry.
I can just hit that one button, do two things, and that
Yeah.
frees me up to keep doing other things while I'm healing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because you're like the feel.
Here's the thing: people don't like texting me because apparently I'm too slow. So
Yeah,
that's
I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm too slow texting.
I don't like texting on the phone because I got big, so I smash the wrong buttons when I'm texting on the phone because my fingers are big. So it's like they're trying to peck at these little things, trying not to hit two keys at the same time.
Yeah, it's very scary.
And my phone has like a nice screen, so it's like okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Here, Kelly, so you can see the.
Oh, look at that!
Oh wow,
that's really nice. You have the
fornicating deer. That's both of them. That's both of them.
What is it?
Fornicating.
They're doing something.
Oh, okay, got it.
so they're done.
Yeah,
they're
I couldn't think of the word. I was like,
it's mating season. Got you.
Yeah,
it's mating season.
I couldn't think of what you call it. I was like, they're busy. I couldn't think of the word.
So yeah.
Okay.
So my friend is excited. I can't wait for him to send me pictures with him wearing them.
That's too funny. So he's a hunter? Is he's
a bow hunter.
A bow hunter. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
That's tough.
Wow.
All right, guys, I gotta go. They just summoned me to the
you're being summoned. You're going on 2-ish, Sunita? Okay. I'll be looking.
All right.
Take
care. Take care. Thank y'all for coming by.
Bye.